Shalom, Yasharala. Before we get started, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to those for elect. All right, you sincere brothers out here is pushing His word, and you few sincere sisters that's listening and learning. May the choice of election be upon your house. All right, back another video. All right, the title of this video is called, well, this is going to be a news report. All right, this video will be a news report going into some articles. All right, and link them up with the biblical. Gonna link them up with the scriptures, all right, of the Bible. All right, because we're living in times of the days of trouble. All right, the times of the end. You see, and as we're closer and closer to the return of our Lord, things are gonna get the straight gate is gonna get straighter, if that's even a word. All right, but yeah, we warn the flock. We warn, brothers and sisters who aren't, you may not be a prophet or a teacher, but you believe, you listen to the videos, you take notes, all right. But you ultimately believe, man. There are false prophets out here who you may, come across, and we do these. They may tell you that there is no micro C hip or Jacob trouble not gonna happen, but the true prophets of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, are here to give you these warnings. All right, but without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with this one from End Time Headlines. It says, FBI issues alert regarding terrorist attacks center around holiday celebrations. All right, it says the FBI and Department of Homeland Security issued a warning on Wednesday morning about large 4th of July celebrations. The security organizations say the biggest threats are lone offenders and small groups who may have a larger agenda and find large events such as holiday gatherings attractive targets, according to a bulletin. The political environment of the country certainly doesn't help. Aaron Catersky, I hope that's his name, a security correspondent told ABC News. The police are being told by FBI and Department of Homeland Security to be on watch for these type of things that are notoriously difficult to guard against. It says Catersky added that big cities including New York and San Francisco are likely potential targets. He added that citizens should proceed with caution, however they should not panic. According to the Gun Violence Archive, mass shootings on the 4th of July have steadily increased over the past 3 years. The organization tallied a total 80 mass shootings that occurred over the past three years between July 1st and the 7th. According to Mark Bryant, the executive director of the nonprofit that tracks U.S. shootings. The group defines a mass shooting as a shooting that kills or injures 4 or more people, not including the shooter. Last year in 2023, there were 28 mass shootings over the July 4th week, followed by 27 in 2022 and 25 in 2021. So they just keep going up. All right, I'm pretty sure this year, all right, that is going to be more. All right, I predict 30. But you got to know this also is of the Lord. Let's get a scripture real quick. Because you're not supposed to be celebrating, the 4th of July. That's a tradition of men. Isaiah 45:7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, which his name is Yahweh, do all these things. So those mass shootings is of the Lord, man. All right, he makes peace and creates evil. That's evil happening in the earth. Evil has to happen. The Lord is a just balance. He's a just Lord. All right, let's get Proverbs. That's 29. Nope. Let me see. I'm on. Let me see. Wait. Let's see. Yeah. Proverbs 11:1. It says, No, Proverbs 16:11. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are His work. No, I think it was Proverbs 11. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is His delight. You see, so the Lord's not a false. He don't it's not false balance. He it has to be. He's a just weight. All right, a just Lord. But yeah, man. Let's go back to this and continue to read. All right. So reading this paragraph again. What the fuck? The group defines a mass shooting as a shooting that kills or injures four or more people, not including the shooter. Last year in 2023, there were 28 mass shootings over the July 4th week, followed by 27 in 2022 and 25 in 2021. Bryant explained that there are a handful of factors that the organization believes contributes to increased shootings on the summer holiday. Numerous other studies support that warm weather increases the likelihood of violent crime. A 2016 study published in the American Journal of Public Health that analyzed data from 2012 to 2015 found that mass shootings increased during the summer months, leading researchers to conclude there is a seasonal influence. A 2014 special report by the Bureau of Justice Statistics looked into seasonal patterns and criminal trends. The researchers found that days with high heat saw an 18% increase in violence among inmates. So, and there's been a lot of terrorists. They say it could be a lot of terrorist plots going on in America. There was recently, I think it was July. I think it was either May or June, where they caught I think it was eight people who they said it was linked to ISIS. All right, I think it was like 2 in New York, 2 in Philadelphia, and 2 in California. You see, there's been it could be a lot more, and they got these people coming across the border. We don't know who they are. A lot of them are Northern Kingdom. All right, they're coming from Venezuela, South America, but also a lot are coming from these different countries. All right, China, the Middle East, Hamites, Africans. All right, and some of them could be Israelites as well, because we're scattered throughout the whole world. But we know that a lot of them are coming over here to to cause trouble, to stir up trouble, because they're they're agents, agents, spies, or whatever. See. So let's get scripture real quick. I was just thinking of one. Oh, 2 Timothy 3:1. I'm just read verse 1. 2 Timothy 3:1 says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." We're living in perilous times. Unless we go into it, perilous means what? Halepos is the Greek word. Excuse me. It says hard to bear, troublesome, dangerous. All right. So we're living in dangerous times. It's very dangerous right now. All you got to keep your head on the swivel when you out here in the world, man. Because these people out here are crazy. That all right, they don't because they don't have the spirit of the Lord on them. They're just what's the word? They're psycho, if you want to use that. All right, they're demons. Matter of fact, let's get Matthew 24. All right, and 12 it says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." All right, what's iniquity? Sin upon sin upon sin. All right, this wickedness, iniquity shall abound. It's going to increase. Evil is going to increase in the world. All right, the love of many shall wax cold. Now we get this word cold in the Greek. It says what? It's the Greek word psycho. They say suko. Let's play it. Let's see what they say.
Strong's G 5594. Psucho.
Suko. All right, but it's it looks like psycho. That's how we say it. Psycho. All right. It says down here metaphor of wanting or waning love. All right. So people are going to be starting to wax colder. They're going to, that natural affection for people is going to, it's already gone, but it's going to get worse. All right, let's see what it says down here in the Strong's definition. It doesn't really give us much. But people gonna wax, when people wax cold, like people say out in the world, oh, he gotta, I'm cold hearted. Man, shut up. All right. I used to hate when people say that all the time. I'm cold hearted. Man, be quiet, you weirdo. But, people will act cold hearted, in these letters, as we go on. Let's get First Peter. That's why it says 1 Peter 5:8, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. We gotta be sober and be vigilant. Let's get Salakia. This is the one I wanted. Ephesians 5:14. It says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. All right, and we're living in evil days. It's gonna come a time where, Esau, they're gonna come down with a great wrath. Right now, we're living in the days of Noah, but I was thinking about it earlier. We're living in the days of Noah, but 10 times worse. All right, it says people are eating and drinking, giving in marriage. All right, but these people are, hey, because this is the worst captivity that the Israelites has been in. This is Sodom and Egypt all over. This is Sodom, Egypt, Rome, Nineveh. All right. So this is all these wicked empires roll into one, man. That's why the Lord's gonna get rid of this place. That's why America is gonna be destroyed. All right, and we can see that, we can envision that, Salakia. But let's read this again. Ephesians 5:14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee life. See then that you walk circumspectly. What circumspectly means? Circum means around. Spec means to look. All right, so look at your surroundings. All right, it's not really give us much, but we can go to the etymology online. Let's look up circumspect. Circumspect. Salaki, all these damn bugs, man. Circumspect, adjective, says cautious, wary, or wary, or war. I can't say this word, Salaki. But cautious, wary. All right, literally looking about on all sides. All right, from Latin, circumspectus, deliberate, guarded, well considered. Look around. You see? Take heed. You see that? So circum means what? Round, roundabout. And spec, to observe. All right, so you got to observe. You got to look around you, man. You see? This is a good definition. I like that. All right? Look around, take heed. Be well considered, guarded, deliberate. All right, vigilant. See that? So you got to be cautious of what you're doing out here in the world, man. We got to look around about us. All right, and all we see is what? Evil. So let's continue on. This is from the People's Voice. All right, this also was on Natural News, but it says the People's Voice. This came out today. UN declares war on free speech. People with non-mainstream views must be ostracized from society. The United Nations has ramped up its war against free speech and declared that people who consume or share non-mainstream views must be severely punished and ostracized from society. And what's non-mainstream? Mainstream is really the news outlets, CNN, NBC. What's another one? I know CNN, NBC. Those type of news outlets. Now you got these non-mainstreams. All right, like this one. This is a non-mainstream. All right, what's that dude name? Him and his wife. Redacted. That's non-mainstream. All right. It says Antonio Gutierrez, the Secretary General of the UN, released the globalist latest game plan for population control. All right, surveillance and censorship of views the globalist organization views problematic. It says the globalist operation, named Global Principles for Information Integrity, seeks out to put an end to harmful misinformation, disinformation, and hate speech online. all while upholding human rights such as the freedom of speech. Right? This is a long article, but I'll read most of it, Lord willing. It says Gutierrez, this is from naturalnews.com, reports Gutierrez, what the world? Gutierrez presented the game plan with a sense of urgency, commanding governments, technology companies, the media, and advertisers to take control and establish official narratives while quashing opposition voices. The UN supports big tech's algorithmic control over the information stream online and seeks to control online speech further. A global body of elites seek to delete what they believe is the disinformation, and they seek to discredit and demonetize the voices of dissent. All the censorship coming from global powers systems is war on free speech, but it's also a war on truth, so that these power systems cannot be held to account for their abuses. And they want to, the main truth they're coming after is what? The truth of the Bible, that the Hebrew Israelites are preaching. All right, starting with the men of the Lord, the prophets. All right, that's the truth that they're coming after. Why? Because they're being exposed. See, everybody knows who. Well, not everybody, but people know about the elites. All right, when going back to I'm pretty sure Elder Apostle Har, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Ramlab, and Elder Apostle Rakah. When they came in, nobody knew who the elites were. They didn't know who, with the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, right? The DuPonts, Oppenheimers. People didn't know about the Illuminati. They thought it was just a conspiracy. You see, now everybody knows, and now everybody, and not everybody, we know who they really are. These are the Edomites. All right, the wicked of the Bible. All right, that is spoken about. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 3, it says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come in a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." What does perdition mean? All right, son of perdition. Apolia, it means destroying, utter destruction, a perishing, ruin, destruction of money, the destruction which consists of eternal misery in hell. Yeah, whatever. All right, so it means destroying, destruction. This is a son of destruction. Esau, Edom comes, just to destroy. That's their purpose, right? Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God, and he has a God complex. They want to play the role of the Lord on the earth. You see, they want to put that C-hip in you to track you, to trace you. They got this new thing called what's it called? But they put you in the pod, basically. They can control your emotions. I forgot what it's called. I'll look for it and put it in the link or the comment section, Lord willing. It comes up. But continuing on, I'm just jump down to the point. Verse I can read it, matter of fact. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you. Hold on, give me 1 second. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, and he's being revealed right now. All right. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed. Who are the wicked? Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. The whole earth is in their hands. All right, they control everything, from money to to food. They control everything that's happening right now through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because that's their blessing. It says, and then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. See, so these people they're being revealed, man, by the word of the Lord, by his prophets. See that? So going back, and they want to, that's why they want to, what's the word? Censorship. Salakia, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yeah, they want to censor. They want to censor, the internet. All right, or eventually bring down the internet very soon. It says I read this. It says all the censorship coming from global power systems is war on free speech, but it's also a war on truth in the world, so that these power systems cannot be held to account for their abuses. It says UN's information surveillance and control system seeks to centralize censorship for global domination. This is the UN is erecting an information surveillance and control system that crafts authoritarian narratives that limit access to life-saving knowledge. These control systems not only censor, but they train people what to say, how to behave, and what to think. It says the UN wants to create a world of simps who surrender their sovereignty and bow down to manipulative and abusive entities and false authorities. These algorithms are automated review processes will be programmed to filter and remove content deemed objectionable or politically sensitive. This can include blocking websites, social media posts, or entire platforms that criticize the governments. It says, I'll read it again. It says these algorithms or automated review processes, and it's the famine of the word, It says these algorithms or automated review processes will be programmed to filter and remove content deemed objectionable or politically sensitive. This can include blocking websites, social media posts, or entire platforms that criticize the government, promote dissent, or discuss sensitive topics like human rights abuses or political opposition. Like I said, this sounds like the famine of the word, right? Let's get Amos, because they're gonna we know that it's gonna be the Lord to bring it, but he's gonna use Esau Edom to do it. Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord our God, power. His name is Yahweh. That I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. You see, there's gonna be a famine coming of hearing the words of the Lord, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. And that day shall the fair virgins and young men faint for thirst. That's why it's important to get this truth while you can. All right, take notes. Uh, do what you can to get this word, man, to get it inside you. Learn as much as you can, as much as possible, because these devils, they're about to, they can shut the internet off, right? They can bring a power grid attack, some type of false flag, you know, to usher in the new world order. They want the truth to be gone. You see, they don't want the truth out there anymore, and they're going to come down on the men of the Lord, to stop that. See, so continuing on, it says in times of political unrest or during manufactured crisis, governments may impose internet shutdowns or restrict access to specific websites or social media platforms. YouTube. We're not gonna be on YouTube forever. All right, this tactic, goddamn, says this tactic effectively silences dissenting voices. Let's look this up because we keep seeing it. All right, matter of fact, let's copy it. Define dissenting.
Dissenting.
It says holding or expressing opinions that are at variance with those who commonly or officially held, disagreeing with or refusing to conform to the doctrine of an established Orthodox church. Let's look up dissent, see what that says. Define dissent. It says the expression of holding of opinions at variance with previously commonly or officially held. So disagreement, lack of agreement, all right, difference of opinion, It says hold or express opinions that are at variance with those previously commonly or officially expressed. What does dissent mean? Simple. It says, or the simple definition of dissent To dissent is to publicly disagree with an official opinion or decision. Dissent is also known, Salakia. Dissent is also a noun referring to public disagreement. And we always disagree. We publicly disagree with society, man, with America, Babylon the Great. That's how the Lord, set it up. You see, what is an example of dissent? It says he did everything in his power to suppress political dissent. It says these dissents come from prominent scientists and should not be ignored. She argued in her dissent that Congress had exceeded its authority. So people who disagree with the authority, with the higher powers, they're gonna be dissent, identified as dissent, right? Oh my Lord, Slovakia. Oh, this huge bee and this cicada fighting, but continuing on. I'm just standing right here. It says, going back, it says this tactic effectively silences dissenting voices, prevents the spread of information about protests or the abuses of governments, and limits the ability of citizens to communicate and organize. Examples of this tyranny were observed on the Facebook social media platform when Meta targeted and shut down community groups that discuss C-19 jump shot injury, right? Any opposition to juice mandates were derided as misinformation, and any groups that organized for medical freedom were algorithmically shut down or their reach was severely restricted. I'll read one more. It says, furthermore, surveillance technologies can be used to monitor online activities in real time, tracking individuals' digital footprints and identifying dissenting voices or activists. This surveillance creates a chilling effect, deterring individuals from expressing controversial opinions or participating in political discourse online. All right, and they still doing that. If you discuss, like I did a video on the micro C hit, they took my video down. They said it was a medical misinformation. Especially if you speak on that C hit, fireworks already. But if you speak on not the C hit, the C19, they definitely gonna take your video. They may take your whole page. You see, so you gotta be careful with what you say. All right, but we got Amos 8 and 11. Let's get Ezekiel 7. All right, because the time is coming where the truth will be, it's gonna be, what's the word? It's gonna be a famine of the word. Put in Ezekiel 7 and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet, but the law shall perish from the priests, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them. And they shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, you see. So it's going to come a time where people will be looking, searching for the word, searching for a man of the Lord to give them a vision, tell them what's going on, what's happening. But it says in Ezekiel, I think that's 2, 3, no wait. Yeah, 2. No, Salakia. I'm sorry. It's 3. It is 3. Ezekiel 3 and 25. It says, but thou, O son of man, behold, thy shalt put bands upon thee, and shall bind thee with them, and thou shalt not go out among them. And thou make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are a rebellious house. You see that? And what's a reprover? Let me see how much time I got. All right, I'm good. A reprover, Ayash. Is that it? A reprover? That's cool. Well, when you reprove, you reprove, you rebuke him, right? Let's see what the NLT says. It says There, son of man, you will be tied with ropes, so you cannot go out among the people. And I'll make your tongue stick to the roof of your mouth, so that you will be speechless and unable to rebuke them, for they are rebels. But when I give you a message, I will loosen your tongue and let you speak. Then you will say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Those who choose to listen will listen, but those who refuse will refuse, for they are rebels. And that's, it's going to come a time where the Lord's going to make our mouths shut. We're not going to say nothing. Because we speaking now. We're giving you the warning now, but our people don't want to listen. I was just watching the elder. He went live earlier, out on the highways and hedges. A lot of people just walk past. Don't even, especially out the so-called Negroes, Latino Native Americans, they don't care. They say they love God, but they love the God of not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, not Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Or they love the God of Christianity that loves all. You see? That's who you love. Let's get another one. All right. Come on, man. This is Isaiah, I think that's 8. In verse 20, it says, no, not 20. And 16, it says, bind up the testimony, seal the law. I'm going to start at 6:13. It says, sanctify the Lord of hosts himself, and let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he shall be for a sanctuary, but for a stone of stumbling, and for a rock of offense to both the houses of Israel, for a gin and for a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And among many, Salakia, and many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken. It says, bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples. You see that? So the Lord is going to bind up the testimony and seal the law among his disciples. All right, among those, who took, who heard the words of the Lord and, repented. You see? NLT, let me see. It says, NLT, preserve the teaching of the Most High and trust. Salakia, it says, preserve the teaching of the Most High and trust his instructions to those who follow me. You see? And trust his instructions to those who follow the Lord. All right? If you're not following the Lord, you're not going to get these words, man. All right? No, don't allow. Salakia. So, the famine of the word is eventually going to come. You know what I mean? And you got to be ready for it. Now, let's get one more. All right, let's get this. It says, this from Blacklisted News. It says, poll. Americans are more likely to go to war with the government than to submit to the draft. And we heard about that draft. Men and women will be drafted. Men, I believe, is 18 to 26. And I heard that the women, it's going to be like, I think it's going to be the age requirement is going to be, much less. You see? So now you got your what they call it? Your equal rights. It says, in a national poll last month, Americans were asked if they believe a new civil war was likely to happen within their lifetime. The establishment media was shocked to report that 47% of the population said yes. Those of us in the Liberty media were not so surprised. I believe, according to the evidence, that we were already a short step away from civil war in 2021, 2022. There was a lot of guys, millions, getting ready for the possibility of juice passport enforcement. Gun ownership in the U.S. hit record highs during that time period, and conservative/patriot groups saw a spike in public interest. As it turned out, the conspiracy theorists were right all along, and quote, there really was an organized agenda to eliminate constitutional protections. If we had allowed the juice passport policy to take hold, our liberties would have officially been our liberties would have been officially erased forever. Economic freedoms would be abolished. Access to the jobs market and trade would be impossible for anyone refusing the jump shot. Real-time tracking of the population, along with the social credit system, would have become the norm using mandatory cell phone apps. After that, America would essentially turn into a Chinese-style concentration camp, because they got over in China they got a social credit system. If your score is bad, you can't do nothing in society. But if it's good, you get access to certain things. It says a lot of people woke up during that period, which is that's a time, I came during around 2021. That's when I came in, you know. But continuing on, just a little background. But continuing on, it says a lot of people woke up during that period and realized that an attempt at a totalitarian state in the U.S. was not only possible, it was happening right in front of them. Luckily, anti-mandate conservatives were loud enough in majority of red states passed legislations to block lockdowns and juice passport efforts. The Biden administration, the CDC, and the WHO and globalist groups like the WEF abruptly backed away from their draconian programs and gave up on the mandates by the end of 2022. And to anyone who actually believes the CDC numbers on total, people who got that juice are accurate, I have a bridge in Brooklyn to sell you. And this is a long article. You can read the rest on your own, but yeah, a civil war is going to break out. Let's get Isaiah 19:1. It says the message to Egypt. And Isaiah 19 is talking about America. That's the Egypt that's talking about. You see, you go to Revelation 11:8. It mentions the spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right, America is that Egypt. It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. You see that? So it's going to be a civil war is going to break out. Let's get the GNT version for this. It's starting to rain. That's all right. Not raining too heavy. Isaiah 19:1. It says, this is a message about Egypt. The Lord is coming to Egypt, riding swiftly on a cloud. A cloud is a chariot. The Egyptian idols tremble before him, and the people of Egypt lose their courage. The Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other, and rival kings will struggle for power. I am going to frustrate the plans of the Egyptians and destroy their morale. They will ask their idols to help, and they will go and consult mediums and ask the spirits of the dead for advice. You see, these rulers, all right, these rulers today, these modern day Chaldeans, all right, Esau, they're gonna consult. They do a lot of stuff on the left hand side, witchcraft, rituals, stuff like that, man. So they're gonna start a civil war in America. Go watch the movie, right? Let's go to 2nd Esdras. I believe that's 15. 15 and we can start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and when people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, people will be taken to the streets in times to come. You see, there's gonna be a lot of race riots, race wars, I should say, race wars, riots, lootings, murders. All right, people gonna be getting killed out here, man. Women gonna be getting taken, literally taken, and taken the other way, because you had so much freedom, sexual freedom. All right, these men be seeing that. It's a lot of freaks out in Babylon. They can't do it right now because, the police. But around that time, there's gonna be no police, like a little purge. You see? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. We're gonna set up. You're gonna bring in these troops, and set up martial law, set up checkpoints, set up blockades. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, famine, and for great tribulation. See? So when that time comes, you know, people gonna be, turn on each other, especially, your neighbors, they who you say hello to every day. All right, but and when that time comes, people gonna be invading. They're gonna invade your house, take your food, your whatever you got, your water. They even take your wife, beat you up, or possibly kill you, because they got a gun, So why not? You see, so it's the times that we're coming into, man. All right, and civil war is gonna break out in America. Eventually they're gonna, and they want that to happen. Esau wants this to happen, so he can bring up his new world order. Everybody can have a digital ID, so you can be tracked, traced, so you can have, that C-hip in you. That's what's eventually all leading to. All roads lead to the C-hip, man. You see, and we're telling you not to take it, because if you take it, you'll be destroyed. Revelation 13, 16 through 18, go read it, man. And go into that word mark. The word mark is the Greek word charagma. You see? So if you take that C-hip, the Lord is going to destroy you, man. You see, you're supposed to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua to get you through. So that's really all I had. Lord Williams is edifying. All right, to you brothers and sisters out there, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to those for elect. You sincere brothers out here that's pushing this word, and you few sincere sisters that's listening and learning, may choice of election be upon your house. And the Wadi Habashim Yahushua, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, Lord Williams edifying. Until next video, Shalom. Kwam Yasharala, Wa Abba Babal.